Ms. Tate accused my daughter of stealing the answers off another student's test, even though she has no proof that she did so.
They sat next to each other and had identical answers, even the errors. Let me show you.
I think you were pretty quick to judge. I think that you decided that she was guilty right away. You didn't once think that maybe the other student was doing the cheating, or maybe that your test was somehow structured poorly. Maybe the questions were misleading or confusing. Did anybody else in the class miss those questions? Or did everybody in the class, with the exception of Charlotte and the neighbor, score perfectly on the test?
No, of course not, but...
Wait, do you see what we're up against?
You know, we actually suggested a solution. We asked Ms. Tate to recommend that Charlotte move up to the high achiever program. She said no.
Because at the time, I thought I was leaving. Now that I'm staying, I will happily recommend Charlotte.
The change wouldn't take effect until the fall. It's too late in the school year to move Charlotte into that program.
So, in the meantime, Charlotte doesn't get the education she deserves because Miss Tate is biased.
Are you suggesting that I would target Charlotte because we don't like each other?
No, we're not suggesting anything. We are stating directly and for the record that you are targeting Charlotte. You have targeted Charlotte, and now that we've called you out on it, you are going to make her life even more difficult.
Okay. Something like that? It is the exact opposite of my calling.
Then you should find another calling. You have no business teaching students. We want Miss Tate fired.
Listen, I regret that it's come to this, but I really see no other equitable solution. I insist. We both insist that Ms. Tate be dismissed immediately.
Oh, that's not going to happen.
I'm sorry, were you listening? You heard how she treats her daughter.
Up to this point, Ms. Tate has an unblemished record.
Well, that changes now, doesn't it?
All this will be in Ms. Tate's file, but an incompatibility with one set of parents is not grounds for dismissal.
That's ridiculous.
There's no question that Charlotte she's a gifted student who may benefit from advanced education. However, to move her into an accelerated environment in the middle of the school year, I think would be counterproductive.
Okay, so Charlotte just stays at Miss Tate's mercy for the rest of the year.
Charlotte is thriving, and we trust Miss Tate.
Your kid is not in the class.
I trust that Ms. Tate will be more closely supervised going forward, because her obvious bias against my daughter is now on record. So if this continues, if I see any evidence of her continued bullying of my daughter, I will see all three of you in court.